What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Hold a Husband podcast. I'm your host, Terry Duran. I got both of my co-hosts on the line with me tonight. I got my man, Jake Bobo, in the building. What's up with you, bro?
Not much, man. Glad to be back on here and chop it up with the fellas here. But want to quickly remind you can catch us on TikTok as well. Subscribe to us on YouTube at Holders of Podcast. And for those interested in promos and shout, choose a DM on IG at Holders of Podcast, or you can email us at holderspodcast@gmail.com. All right, T.
I also got my man SD in the building. What's up, man?
None, man, chilling. Excited to get this episode on the way. But first, let me give a shout out to Brother Soul Productions for always keeping the background audio fresh. And I want to remind you all to donate to the Hold a Husband podcast on Cash App and PayPal. All right, T.
I'd like to remind everybody that y'all can catch the audio playback of the podcast every Monday afternoon at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time on thecore94.com. Tonight's episode is titled Protecting Home. And we're kind of just going to have a discussion about the difference between protecting your relationship or showing respect to your spouse and somebody being insecure. So I'm looking forward to chopping it up about that a little bit later. But y'all know how we do around here, man. We like to discuss stuff that we seen trending on our timelines. And we got a couple of interesting videos to discuss this week. This first video is a topic that we see all the time about what women won't do for a man that hasn't put a ring on it. Let's take a look.
When y'all get on these socials and start talking about what you're not doing for your man because y'all not married, I be quiet. Because once we exclusive, baby, I'm going to give you 100% of me. If I cook, I cook. If I clean, I clean. Y'all get on the social and start talking about what y'all not going to do. And you be talking about the bare minimum. I'm not talking about putting nothing in my name. I ain't talking about moving him into my house. I'm not talking about none of that. Because, yeah, that's all stuff that you do after you get married. But me being me and being who I am, he's supposed to see what it is that he marrying into. Things ain't supposed to change. It's not supposed to be like, oh, let me go ahead and get her this ring so she can start cooking for me. Let me go give her this ring so she can start cleaning for me. Like, that's not how that works. I need him to see who I am before he asks me to marry him, because that's what it's going to be after, baby. What you think about that?
Now, I never really understood the philosophy or the strategy for women that hold back all these basic things, like cooking a meal. That they refuse to cook a meal for a man, but they'll do it for a friend. They'll do it for their homegirls. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll do these type of things on a regular basis, but they place so much significance on it if they do it for a man. To me, that's always been foolish, because you're constantly going to be evaluating the person that you're dating. And if you're not doing nothing that shows that you will be able to maintain a household or we will be compatible in that way, how would you ever expect a man to even think of you or view you in that way? So that strategy is totally silly to me.
Man, it's stupid. That's what it is. And I say that because these chicks will be swallowing his kids 6 days a week, but then they'll say they won't put him no broccoli in a pot. You won't put him no broccoli in a pot, but he could dump his kids in your mouth every other day. But throwing him a pizza in the oven is wifey duties that you just won't do. Well, hey, I'll take the throat any day, sweetheart. Give me the throat. Like,
mattress material.
Like not even just that, but it's the thought process that just don't make no sense. I won't clean at no man's house. I ain't washing no dishes at his house. I'm not his wife. I won't cook him nothing because I ain't his wife. Those are wifey duties. Good. Like, this is I never seen cooking a meal. I never seen cooking a meal in the Bible as a wifey duty. I never seen it. But you know what is there? What's a wifey duty? Having sex with your man. That's a wifey duty. You know what I'm saying?
I never even thought about it like that.
You never thought it like that either.
Yeah. That's because cooking and cleaning ain't no wifey duty.
The wife duty comment, like that phrase annoys me. I guess because of how it's used on social media.
Right.
Yeah. Jay, what you think, man?
I don't understand why there's so emphasis on cooking for a man as a wifey duty. You know what I'm saying? Because that's something you cook on that should be a given anyway, right? That's something you already do for yourself, right? Like you said, you have company over, you're gonna offer some food. Hey, I'm about to go cook some wings in the oven. Does anybody want some wings? Or whatever it is that you're gonna cook, you're going to offer, right? So why does it have so much weight when you're doing it for a man? I don't. I just don't understand. And here's another thing, right? So if let's just say a guy, paying your bill or taking you out to dinner, is that considered a husband duty? So don't nobody
Yeah,
ever say that.
but you
Yeah,
know
no,
what?
they don't
Go
view it
ahead,
like
T.
that.
Yeah,
No, I was
yeah.
just gonna say they never have these stipulations on what a man can't do for them. You know what I
No.
mean? I've never heard a woman talk about no, a man can't do this for me. Now, some women have they know that certain things a man does come with expectations, so they won't accept expensive gifts from a guy they not feeling like that. They won't go on a vacation with a guy they not willing to have sex with. Like some women exercise a level of common sense to me, but overall, I never hear women coming up with these lists on what they won't accept from a man.
You will never hear it. You want to know why? Because they won't accept it. If a man said, hey, you know what? I'm not going to provide anything for a woman until I'm married. So we have to go Dutch for the whole time that we're married because that we dating because that's a husband duty. And until I'm a husband, I don't want to provide anything for a woman because it could go nowhere. They're gonna be like, this dude got to get away
You
from me.
gonna you
They,
gonna go
they,
viral.
yeah, but only a fool, be it a man or a woman, would marry somebody that hasn't showed them any wifey or husband traits and qualities during the course of their relationship, hoping that somehow they'll turn on this switch and magically become what you want them to be once you put a ring on their finger and walk them down the aisle. That is in Terry's words, a crash dummy move. and only a fool would go for that.
Absolutely. Let's keep things rolling, man. This next video, when I saw this video, I was anxious to discuss it with you, SD. But this is a video from I don't know what reality show, but Toya, I believe Williams, Lil Wayne's first baby mama. It shows her in a clip with her man discussing a business move she made behind his back. Let's take a look.
Surprise! Welcome home. This is ours.
What?
This is the perfect space. I just had to do it.
You had to do it?
Had to get it because she had a lot of people that was trying to get the space.
Get it as in signed the lease for it?
I just feel like it's time to
No.
take it to another level.
Wait. You signed a lease for this?
What? Yes, why?
Why? I mean, we started this together, talking about this, and I told you we're not ready to move to a bigger space. And you told me you gonna let me handle this, you're gonna let me do Wait No More. Yes, I make moves without asking you, dealing with stuff in the gym, the operation in the gym. But anything big like that, I'ma come to you. If it's a problem, I'ma come to you out of respect to see what you say. And now you don't want to sign the damn lease? I told you that from the beginning, we're not ready. Every time you brought it up, I said no. You're not even thinking. You just going off of Toya get an idea and I just go. Toya get an idea and I just go. That's stupid. You should have sat down with me before you went to lease. You need to talk to them about the damn lease then.
Fred,
No,
just let. What are you tripping about? Oh. Cut the cameras off.
Now, I can totally understand why he felt the way he did. Like, that's the ultimate disrespect. And it's one of the reasons that I think people talk about the risks involved in starting a business with you as a couple and all that, because if the relationship goes south, that's usually going to have a negative impact on the business. But a woman going behind her man's back and making major financial decisions, man, that's such a major red flag. And that's usually something that you really see when the woman is the breadwinner or when she makes more money. They have this, I can do it. It's my money. Like, you can't tell me nothing type of vibe. And that's what I immediately thought when I saw this.
Yeah, man. Like the problem that I really see it with it is that they talked about it.
Right.
And during the talk, he says, hey, this ain't the right time. We ain't ready for that. Probably financially, they got too many things going on and don't want to stretch themselves out like that. and she went and made a move based off of feelings. This is why, this is why women really need a man there
Mhm.
with them to go through a lot of things, a lot of women, because they make decisions off impulse and feelings in the moment. She said she got a lot of people coming to look at it. Every real estate agent tell you that.
Exactly.
because
Yeah.
they want you to
Urgency.
jump on it. Yeah, they want you to jump on it right then to make you think, oh man, I better do something and make a move. And boom, there you go. Now we in a bind as a couple. You know what I'm saying? And it's just completely disrespectful to go around what the man that's the leader of the relationship, the one you want to lead, go around what he said to do what you want and put y'all in a situation like that. Like, stuff like that, it breaks up a lot of people, especially with men.
Yeah.
Because for us, respect is more important than love.
It's
And
hard to
once
get
we
past.
feel like,
Absolutely.
yes, once we feel like you have disrespected us purposely, it's a difference if you do it, unknowingly, or you don't really know, you know what I'm saying? But to do it purposely when we talked about it, man, that's something that'll be hard for me to get over personally, man. Like she gonna have to be giving up throat for the next 6 months for
Man,
me to get over this. Like, come on now, every day. So Jay, what you think about this,
I
man?
mean, it's definitely disrespectful. I mean, you made a big. This is not even just like a small person. Like, you took a couple $100s out the bank account and had some retail therapy. You went and made a big purchase. And not only that, when
Commitment.
you buy a house, it's a big time. That's at the very least, that's a 30-year commitment you just made, right?
Well, I
And
think
he's
she
saying,
leased a business space.
Leased it.
Or
yeah,
something.
but still, it's a big commitment. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
took the loan out and everything without consulting.
Because
I think when you get married, marriage is supposed to be a partnership. So when you make big time decisions like that, I think you should be consulting with each other. Like I'm sure Terry, with you, I'm sure there's no type of. I remember you mentioned it before.
Yeah, we
that
got
you
a
guys don't-
$500
Yeah,
limit.
right. You don't
Over
make any big
$500,
purchases.
we at least need to discuss it.
Right. I remember you saying that you guys don't make any sort of big purchases unless you consult with each other, and then you give the final say, okay, this would be good, or no, this isn't a good purchase here.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, they say finances end more relationships than cheating. And it's financial things like this that blatantly show a lack of respect towards her man. And that's the problem with women that get the bag and make their own money. You can't tell them nothing. And when you do tell a woman no, or no, we don't, no, not right now, we need to reach this point or this point, they view it from a negative. You holding me back. You see the little talking points when your man's really jealous of you, and what I'm saying, like you can't win, and a man don't want you to win. Like that's kind of how they angle that. Anything that a man tells a woman that she needs to do less of, or any type of restriction or control, is painted in a way as if he's trying to control you or he's trying to hold you back. And I'm pretty sure that's how this will get spent as well.
But see, this is why men need a certain level of control in a relationship.
Absolutely.
As the leader, you can't be a leader without some type of level of control within that relationship. But a lot of time when you start leasing something, you got to start paying right away, because that's space that now you're occupying. So now you got to start paying probably thousands of dollars for this space that's empty. Y'all ain't furnished it yet. You ain't got no business up and running. You ain't advertised nothing yet. Like, so in his mind, he's like, yo, I told you we wasn't ready for that. Right? Now you might have this space that you on the limb for a year or two, depending on the lease, that you gotta pay. If you don't pay it, now you mess up everybody's credit in the relationship. You mess us both up because we married. Now I wouldn't say walk away because they married. It's a little different.
You can't. You're right. But it does put a major stress on the relationship.
100%. And it all depends on how she reacts after that to him and how he feels in his reaction. If she's like really like, you know what, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have did that. I won't do stuff like that again. but it's
But
done
you know what?
now. Like we
That's
worked
easy.
through it.
Prove it
Cool.
though. Like
Yeah,
you
I
gotta.
know, but I'm just saying.
Can't just
That's-
take her word for it, fellas. Because
That's-
when somebody does something like that, you know what they gonna say. I'm
Right.
sorry, I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Sometimes,
you know what,
not your boss chicks.
fellas?
Go ahead.
Yeah, fellas, here's the thing, and I think you should see this. I guess in the initial dating stage, you know, she just might be, you know, I would say, you know, a disciplinary problem because, you know, I'm sure this is probably not some one-off where she kind of just undercut his authority there, right? She's probably have done this before they got married, and you know, kind of just looked past that, and now, you know, he didn't realize it now until she makes, you know, a big purchase such as this.
yeah, and the
Oh,
problem
no.
is this is just one aspect, but this also comes up a lot in parenting, where
Mhm.
women, you know, get to be the primary decision makers for kids and all that. Their rash decision making, their problem with a man telling them no or having a difference of opinion than them. It seems like just it's so many of them that just automatically assume that they're the good mother and their decisions and what they feel is best for the child is automatically right. And you know, as do you bring up the stats all the time, the numbers show a completely different case when it comes to men, at least quality husband material men, and their decision making on long-term planning and stability. If you're not gonna listen to them, you might as well be single.
Yeah, I ain't having it. I can tell you that right now. I'm not having it. Like you just gonna blatantly do something to go against what I'm saying. Like, nah, because if you're doing it early, you'll do it later. You know what I'm
True.
saying? Like, nah, either you want me to be the leader as the man, I need you to fall in line as the woman. I need you to stay in your place as a woman. You want me to
Yeah.
come into a relationship. Women have these demands. We hear it all the time. They want the man to be the provider, the protector, and the leader of the relationship. Most women will say that. Why? Because they don't want to lead their own lives. Understandable. Because if they did grow up with
You
a
got to
dad,
be responsible.
yes, the dad is responsible for everything for the woman and all these different things. Cool. But guess what? If I got a place, you got a place. And if you don't know how to play your place and play your role, or you don't want to because you're a boss chick and make money, this is why I don't really care to date boss chicks because they typically, not all of them, but they typically do not want to be under the leadership of a man. They will say that they do, but then when it comes
Sounds it.
down to it, yes, when it comes down to it, they just want a man that'll do what they want
They
to
say.
do. Like, yeah, that's really what they say, like lead, but under my guidance and things that I deem necessary to be done. Like, not somebody that's just gonna say, okay, that's my man, I'm gonna just roll with my man. So as a woman, if you want me to do that, then you have to do this. If not, then you can go off by yourself and figure it out on your own or find you another sucker to be with, because I'm not going to deal with that in a relationship. I just won't. So once I noticed that, I wouldn't even marry a chick like that. Like, I just wouldn't.
Yeah. And, you know, I remember a guy that I knew that was married had a situation like this where he paid all the bills. You know, one of them, I'm gonna pay 100% of the bills, and the wife, she could just do whatever she wanted with her money. And so she wanted a new car. He's like, "No, your car is only 2 years old. You know, we need to wait to get a new car." So he comes home from work. There's a car in the driveway. He thinking it's one of her homegirls or something. She done went and bought a new car just to prove to him, I don't need you to get a new
Ooh,
Damn.
Bro.
wee.
car. Like, how do you reconcile that? You know what I mean? Like, and so that's one of the reasons that I'm never gonna pay 100% of everything and just watch a woman just stack all her bread. You know what I mean? Like, to me, I can't take you seriously if you making all this money and you're not willing to invest none of it in the household that we share. Then to me,
I look at
something
that as
is
selfish.
off and
I-
out of line with me. Yeah, I
I
agree.
mean, see, I see that as just selfish that you're gonna take that money and spend it on yourself as opposed to, because like I said, if you're in a relationship, especially in a marriage, it's a partnership, and I feel like you're going into business
It's
for
supposed
self
to
as
be.
opposed to the marriage.
No.
Agreed.
Well,
What
you
got,
know, a lot of
Leslie?
A lot of these women, man, are really saving up for they when I get
Exit.
tired of you money. Yeah, when
Mm.
they ready to go, they
Yep.
got this money off on the side somewhere where they can go. All right, I'm tired of you, and not even that. They got all that money, and then they can get half of yours.
They got
They
they
can
got
get half of yours,
it's
or
FU
Yeah.
money.
the child support. Like because I hear this saying a lot on social media. Men are in love. A lot of women are in business. And
Yeah.
when you get with a woman like that,
Yeah.
like the women that really get me are the ones that demand that the guy pay all the bills. Why they get to keep their money? Their money is their money. His money is their money.
The dudes that
Them the
go
women
for it,
I
that's on
steer.
them.
Yeah, them the women I steer clear from, right? Because those women are there for the lifestyle and not the love. So if something happens to the lifestyle or they get tired of it, boom, they gone. They got all this money. But see, I ain't got no problem paying all the bills, right? But for a woman that say, yeah, I'll pay half. That don't bother me none. I'm in the house. It's cool. This for us. So a woman like that, for one, she probably 9 times out of 10 ain't gonna do you dirty. Two, she gonna have no problem if you got access to the money that she's saving. You know what I'm saying? Because she showed you in the beginning, hey, I ain't got no problem paying money. It's okay. A woman like that
Contributing.
is down for you and the household and the love and not the lifestyle. So it all depends on the type of woman that you actually get with. That's what it all boils down to. Them pay 100%. Oh, he got to do this and that type chicks. No, they just mattress food. That's what they good for, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
man. A woman's mentality on that type of stuff really matters. It's really interesting because with social media and people sharing their comments and you see people on Shade Room and all that type of stuff. You can see a lot about a person's mentality by what they support and how they maneuver on
Mm-hmm.
social media.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like you said, with the marriage of mattress, the smart people or the men and women are evaluating those things to make dating decisions. And so you can easily disqualify yourself or just confirm that you are not compatible with certain people by the take that you have on those type of things. Because a person that is fair and reasonable and really focused on building with somebody else and that they make $500,000, they're not gonna be trying to hold on. You know what I'm saying? Like restrict. I'm not gonna spend none of it on you. You got to pay for everything. Like, why would a man sign up for that? Obviously, I get it. Some rich dudes that they take pride in they woman not spending a dime. But again, even if you are worth way more, you worth 100 mil, she make a couple million. She can't pay for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like
Exactly.
to me, that never made sense to me. Let's keep things rolling, man. It looks like we up against the clock. We about to take a quick break. When we come back, we're gonna be getting into tonight's topic, protecting home.